Welcome to Comatoast Plays D&D.
Last time in the toaster.
Alright, friends.
Ready.
Last time, you, after your hunt with Roth Windmaw, accepted his invitation to join them for a celebration at the crossing, the top of the God's Reach pillar. Killed some time in the city, visited some various vendors, a witch doctor in town, and then when it came time for the feast and celebration, you went up, ate some chimera, had some fights, both of which were won by Gilvin and Dry, respectively, and then afterwards observed some of the ceremonies of this contacting of the spirits beyond the veil. You witnessed Roth ask through one of the shaman in the city question for guidance on what to do, given Magdalena Lunamaine's request for his aid. And then beyond that, they kind of extended the question to the crowd. Is there anybody else who seeks guidance to the spirits that night? You did step forward, but you were kind of told that the people there undergo certain rites at birth and over the course of their life that allow that connection to be made, and that it's virtually impossible to do if you have not gone through those things, and they take time. Briefly disappointed, Rodakan, the witch doctor-esque lizard folk man that you had visited earlier in the day, stepped forward and offered a different path. The other shaman were definitely a little concerned, perturbed as well at his stepping forward, and he was a bit spiteful with them, kind of called them and their methods a bit weak, and offered you the ability to interface directly with a spirit rather than through one of these shaman. You just had to pass their test. You accepted. He transported you into the spirit realm, where you faced a shadow hydra. Besting it, you were all offered either an answer, whether asked or unasked, the question, or a piece of advice, unheeded. So we will real quick just review those things. It's been a couple weeks, and some of them were pretty big deal stuff.
First off, Gilvin's a fucking liar.
Well, we don't know who Gilvin is. We don't know if Gilvin's a liar.
This person.
For Felv, they asked, what question would the con man with a heart of gold ask of us? He asked if that which he seeks was also seeking him. He was told that that which he seeks is possibly somewhat suspicious, but is unsure of his existence. Jiraiya, they said, what question would you, first of the Platinum Dragon's disciples in Ethelas, ask of us? He asked for some amount of guidance towards his goals of freeing his people. Big question, hard to get too specific with that, but they generally imparted that while violence is certainly an option, it is not the only option, and kind of gave the vibe that the choices you make are going to cement who you are and the type of world that you bring your people into once they are freed if you succeed. Thal was told, the architect of your own technological wonder knows you are here and seeks to impart another gift. It comes with a small trade-off, though it will befit one of your inclinations and perhaps lead to the benefit for a friend as well. They said that they would guide your benefactor to leave the gift for you outside Malazar's tower. Regina was told, the Windowless Tower of Malazar the Mad, as he is better known, and the treasure you seek within can be found to the east, across the lake, overlooking the waterfall. They said you possess the key for entry already, but cross Malazar's threshold with caution. A mind such as his is sure to have concocted both wonders and dangers beyond the wildest dreaming of most. Gilvin asked the question, did Gilvin survive? To which the answer was he did. And Olo was told, there are more reasons than death for not speaking a name among your people. He yet lives. You were then brought back into your corporeal forms in front of the dwindling fire. The crowd around all kind of just watching, enraptured. When you came to, you kind of looked around, got up, and then you were approached by Roth, who said, are you okay? Thal said, yeah, that guy was kind of a dick, though. And we're picking up there. So Roth kind of nods with a little bit of concern in his eyes, and he starts to move away and sort of disperse the crowd, get people headed down off the crossing.
Roth, I wanted to ask, have you seen or heard anything from your scouts regarding the Dragonborn we sent this way?
No. I haven't heard any words specifically.
Well, when you do, please tell me. I'd like to reunite with them.
Of course. If I hear anything, I'll let you know.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank you.
If I might-
Have a good day.
Before you depart, whatever you saw there, and looking at your faces, I can see some of it may have been a bit jarring.
While this is happening, I kind of snap out of, my far off look and then just try to stealthily move my way over to right behind not Kelvin.
Alright.
I can just see
Use that hidden
like,
blade.
If you feel like you have questions or you need further clarification or guidance on whatever that experience happened to be, perhaps pay a visit to the Soul Spire. The Spirit's Rest Cavern there is where the shamans spend most of their time ushering our dead into the spirit realm. They may be able to help you parse through that information, whatever it happens to be. You don't have to share it with me. But I'm glad you're all safe. Alive at the least.
Me too.
Now the rift that he opened, that closes right when we come out. It's not going to stay open between us.
Rift.
I don't know, you said something about he opened a rift for us to go into the spirit realm.
I remember it's just like the fire, and we stared into the fire, and then
I wasn't sure if it
we
was
were
a-
transported.
There's not a visible rift. As far as everyone around you saw, you were just catatonic, staring into the fire.
Is everyone still around watching us, or is it just us?
No, he kind
Yeah,
of dispersed everybody. People are heading down. There's a couple stragglers, but most people have gone down by this point.
I will bid you good evening.
And he turns and heads for the stairs as well. So now at the top of the pillar, as the last couple stragglers start to descend, the eastern wind is left alone at the crossing atop the God's Reach.
Questions, Cole?
Did you say that though?
Huh?
No.
No, she asked if that was a character or not.
No.
I look over at Thaw and I say, how do you know about Malazar?
Oh, I don't know shit about Malazar.
You know nothing of this Malazar.
No.
How do we both get the same name and we've never met each other before?
I was wondering that myself. And how do they know I'm going to be going that way?
That is odd.
They're like, no, you're going to go here. It's like someone's pulling the strings. Writing the story.
I know a way to get into this tower.
You know Malazar?
I don't know him, but I've been told on how to get into this tower.
But let's back up.
Yes.
Why do we want to go into this town?
Let's back up further. Who the fuck are you?
Wait, rewind. Wait, rewind.
We'll get back to
Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. That's funny. Yeah.
Why did you ask if you were dead?
Because he's not killed.
But he,
He's not killed.
that is good.
Tries a little slow on the uptake.
I don't understand.
I don't
Just ready your weapons, big man.
Explain yourself.
I'm confused and I'm mad about it.
It's hard to explain. I don't know how he survived.
Who the fuck are you?
Gorn.
Gesundheit.
How do you spell your name?
This is G-O. Wait, hold on.
No.
Yeah, it's not there.
We can edit this out.
It's gonna
My
be
name
like,
is. What? My name is who?
I don't even.
Second, not Gilfin.
That was a good one.
Sorry,
It's G-O-R-U-N.
G-O-R-U-N.
That's what I thought, but I was like, that's too go.
So Goran.
Go run,
Go run.
but
Go run.
pronounced just faster. Goran.
Good.
Are you part of some royal family? I feel like I heard before someone mentioning that in our travels.
Wasn't the
Gilvin's name was
Stouthammer already?
Yeah.
Are you still a Stouthammer?
I am.
Oh,
Why do we
Okay.
believe them?
do I believe him?
Let me see your face.
Yeah, I want to insight check this too.
Go ahead and insight check.
Oh, okay.
That's 7.
23.
Emma, do me a favor. Give me the modifiers for both your persuasion and your deception. I'm going to roll for her, so you don't know what she's rolling.
Persuasion is a +4, and deception is a +1.
Okay. And you rolled a what on insight?
7.
23.
23?
What is happening here?
Seems honest.
To me too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just looked at when it said I was picture.
I was
You're like, looks honest.
So you are part of that that big dwarf family?
Gilvin. He's my brother. He's my other half.
So is he the one that's been taken by the MTIs, or was it Norfolk?
Norfolk was taken by the MTIs.
Okay,
Gilvin,
continue. I was getting ahead of myself.
he disappeared a long time ago. We were we young lads.
You young lads, what?
When they were wee young lad.
I'm sorry.
When we were younger.
Yes.
We
Why are you using his name?
That's a good
could not live in this world without him. It did not make sense anymore for him not to exist here.
How long have you been using his name?
Since he disappeared.
Does the rest of your family know that Gilvin is the one that is missing? And they all have accepted you as just taking his place?
My parents
Like you're not
do
twins.
not
and
agree,
they don't
but
know.
what?
Like you're not twins, and they don't think that Goran has disappeared, not Gilvin. That's what I'm getting at.
We are twins. But
So he was taken at 8 years old.
10. And now I wonder maybe how long the disappearances have been going on. Maybe I was young at the time, so we did not pay attention to that sort of thing.
Sorry, out of character, did you say if you guys were twins?
Mhm.
Okay. And your parents knew? Which one was it? Can I just insight this again? See
Sure.
what the story is. Adding it. 17.
Seems like you're being straightforward.
Very strange.
Interesting. Anybody else using a different name than their own?
Oh, no.
It's Edward. But you can just call me Thal.
That's fair.
That's revealed to Karen.
Done. It's been Edward the whole time.
I knew it.
That's my arc. I'm leaving. All right, yeah.
That's fair. My name is not Fel. It's a stage name. But that's an occupational thing, not a weird backstory thing. You can still call me Fel if you want.
What is your name?
Fridbick.
Fridbick?
Yes.
We'll stick with Phil.
Yeah. You understand why I changed now.
How do you spell it?
Fridbic. Fridbick. Stop giggling over this.
Carlot. Fredbick used to have.
Oh, man.
And just imagine a group coming out. It's Fridbick and the nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. This is why I've changed the name.
Who are you looking for?
My father. I never knew him.
Must have been rough growing up.
It was pretty good, actually.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but I just still didn't know him. He was a bard.
Do you know his name?
I probably should have asked. My mother doesn't know his name either. It's a long and short story. The long story is it was a short night. That's it.
Well, I hope you find the random stranger one day.
I know, me too. I don't even know.
You could have already met him.
It's just very true. How old are you?
24.
Are you my dad?
They'd be like, Daddy. Man, it's got real weird.
You start getting a little robot arm going.
Oh shit! I always knew I could fret so well.
All right. Anyone else got any secrets they just want to get out and share?
Seems like a good time.
I'm still on build. Anything else you're hiding from us?
Go run.
No.
Yeah, I'm definitely inside checking.
Go ahead. Remember, I'm
Nope, 3. It was a 3.
Yeah.
So you got a natty 1. I don't know if I trust them.
Well, you
But,
believe
yeah.
that you at least do not sense deception.
What about you, sir? Whatever was said to you. I forgot exactly. Are you looking for someone? No,
There's more reasons than death, and yet he lives.
Yeah.
Who's he?
If any of us is using a false name, it has to be you, I promise.
My name is Olo Duath.
Oh, okay.
It's my father. I also do not know his name. And
Son of a bitch.
What if you are brothers?
Man, that'd be awkward. Do you look like me? Do I look like you? I don't think so.
Probably not.
You're too tall.
Why are you looking for your father?
He was human, and I grew up with elves. I wasn't looking for my father. I thought he was dead.
Oh. Fuck. Do you want him to be dead?
No.
Okay. I was wondering. Do you want to collect his ears anyways?
No.
Okay.
How do you don't know about Malazar?
I don't. I was told.
How do you know to get into this tower?
I was told by a person that this tower holds a pendant, and this pendant is going to help us in
Who's
days
us?
to come. Us. I'm assuming that's all I was told was us.
So this is while you were traveling with us. You were told this.
Mm-hmm.
Secret.
It was that yeah, I was.
Just a cast of shady characters.
And
Well.
I know how to get into this this tower, but I was like told this like weird little poem on when I can open it. Apparently there's like 4 moons here I've noticed, which is kind of interesting and cool. But they have to, let's see, crescents in the sky, put palm to the stone, and speak the word. So whenever these are were they full moons or no crescents? They were crescents, I believe.
I think I sent you the whole
You
thing
did,
there.
yes.
You could just
Dancing,
you
but
could just read it.
Stop paraphrasing.
yeah, Skite, Tulok, Kilgrim, Mirath. Did I say those right?
Sight, Tulok, Kilgrim,
Yeah.
Mirath.
When
Is
all
the name
4
somewhere?
dancing brothers are crescents in the sky, put palm to stone and speak the word from which entrance cannot hide.
What is the word?
I can't tell you the word.
Why?
Not until we get there.
I was gonna say, we're all opening up. That's the word.
Unfortunately, I cannot tell you the word until we get there.
No more secrets, guys.
Just it has to be that way. So hopefully this pendant can help us.
Help us what?
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what it looks like.
Well, I assume it's probably hanging
Maybe.
around
yeah.
the neck.
Do you know where the tower is?
Yeah. I was told when
Where?
we were in that
Over
East, across the
Yeah.
lake, above a waterfall.
we have to go east across the lake, see a waterfall, and there should be some
You
rocks
can't
there.
miss
You can't miss.
It'll be the tower.
No, you won't. I don't think you can see. I don't think you'll see the tower.
How far
I have
is
to
this?
speak the. I have to speak
To make it
the
appear.
How far away is this tower?
over there to the east.
The directions are vague.
That's all I was told.
So from where you are at the crossing, you can actually see all the pillars of the city are very near the shore of a very large lake. Here in the Stone Spire Crags, where you guys are currently. So all the way, like on the far end of the lake to the east, you do see there's a waterfall there. And of course, in the Stone Spire Crags, this is a very large area with a lot of these pillars. So you do see, like, over there, a number of them.
So the tower could be a pillar. Or disguised as one.
Likely. That's what I would do if I was
That's
having a fancy tower and mysterious pendants that people need.
Is there a barrel still up here?
Yes.
I could get some drink.
Wow.
Is there any cold chimera left over? Some leftovers?
Possibly.
That's all I have.
We'll go scrounge. Make some bones.
Who is the architect?
I have no idea. I assume it's the guy who gave me this.
I wonder if we'll find out when we get to the tower.
Shit, maybe.
Hope so.
No.
It's super, super late. Like, we're standing up there chatting about all this, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I didn't want to get on the stairs and start having these conversations.
No.
Like, who are you?
Go Batman on here.
You want us to continue to call you Builder?
Now that he's out there somewhere. I mean, call me what you want.
Liar. Dwarf it is.
I noticed that you said at 10.
No, you really said.
At 10 years old is when he left,
Yeah, he
just randomly.
Disappear.
fished my bit. And I pull out like a little slingshot. But it looks like a kid one. This is the last thing I found from him. We were playing in the woods. It was snowy. And we were doing some, like a hide and seek, snowball, dodgeball sort of thing. And then we just couldn't find him. Never found a body. I thought maybe he wandered off or something got him.
It's very strange.
Well, I hope you find him. And I hope he gets drunk as much as you do.
I hope he does. It'll be a good drink to have him back. If I find him. Perhaps maybe he's with Norfolk. We're lucky.
I just hope he did not change his name to Malazar. That'd be really awkward. And what if it's Olo's dad? Oh my god. Oh no. It's getting so weird.
I think that's where we call it a night. We learned a lot about each other.
Oh, you mean, okay.
I thought that too.
It's been like 20 minutes.
Okay,
said she was tired.
Done. Good job, guys.
None of my brain hurts. Goodbye.
Throw me
No,
a 5
no,
for gas or something.
That's funny.
I'm in the game. And we waltz.
No one's drunk, right?
Gilvin is definitely yeah, Gilvin is definitely drunk. So,
Hold on to the wall.
Go down on your butt.
Gilvin, Gordon, who has not been explicit about what they want to be called now, is edging down the stairs very slowly, clutching the wall. You guys trek on down 20, 25 minutes or so, find your way back to the Shadow Shield Tavern.
I do not. I want to stealth off.
You just stealth off. Would you like to disappear without the group noticing you are leaving?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
18.
Does anyone have passive perception that high?
No.
Didn't think so.
Right.
Success. So you slip away from the group as the rest of you find your way back to the Shadow Shield. You arrive and eventually Ola's not here. Is there anything any of you would like to do before heading off to bed?
Drink more.
Drink more, yeah. You go visit the Loxodon barkeep. He hooks you up with one of the buckets that Meat Hoof was drinking out of.
A meat bucket.
Thank you.
Drown your sorrows for a bit and eventually head off to bed and pass out like the rest of them. Olo, what are you slipping away to do?
Probably an hour or two. I just want to walk the city. And then I just want to find another bar and that I can go into and first do my normal thing of looking around. Probably not many humans.
No. You walking around for a little while, you do eventually find like a very the Shadow Shield is very much like the premier place to be in town. It's really like the only inn, and it has like that large space with the fighting pit and everything, so most people tend to migrate there. You do find a very small
Hole in the wall.
Yeah, like 15 by 20 foot maybe, like little shack of a place that has a tiny bar with like 5 stools in front of it. There's one other guy in there right now. He's a like half-orc gentleman, like slumped over a big pint, just like that. There's a little creepy little goblin dude. You drink?
Yes.
Alright, what do you want?
What do you have? Whatever he said.
Grog. Kind of ducks behind the counter and comes up with it. It's like, it looks like a thimble, but it's very large. He sits it in front of you. You kind of have to two-hand it.
I start off doing my normal thing of not really drinking it, and then I start drinking it, finishing it, and ask for another and another and another until
It is awful shit.
take it anyways, and just end up passing out of the bar and sleeping there that night.
Okay. You do so. Slowly but surely, losing your senses until you are also slumped over your cup, like the half-orc gentleman next to you. Morning eventually arrives. You all awake with it. Slowly kind of migrate out of your rooms, back into the open common room. Gather for breakfast, I assume.
Oh, yes.
Olo is not present.
Did he come back to any of the rooms?
Not mine. I'm sure.
I'm sure he's just drunk somewhere.
Yes. I'm surprised so many of us are here still. Anyways, breakfast. What do you want, Edward?
Is this canon now?
He wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying. I thought it was a joke.
So, is Thal a real part of your name?
Well, you should definitely know. You speak Elvish, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Thal just is healer in Elvish. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
The elves that used to fight in the pits with my dad used to call me that when I was sewing them up back in the day.
Interesting.
And then he also left.
Why, Dad?
All these daddy issues.
But he was cool. He was kind of a prick.
Fair. Was it you?
Alright, I'm gonna go for prayer. After breakfast. I usually go before. I was hungry.
Mom, I can wait.
I go with.
Eventually finish your breakfast.
I put my hand on Gilvin as he goes to get up. Why don't you just let him pray by himself? This is probably the only city we can go to where you can pray and walk around freely.
Gilvin Gordon acquiesces. Dry, you depart the Shatter Shield. Where would you like to go?
So they're like bridges between each spire.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Instead of like halfway up, each spire is like where they connect.
Different heights for all of them. Yeah, but like long hanging rope bridges.
I think I want to go to a different pillar than just go up it.
You want to go to...
So I don't have to do the heaven steps.
Would you like to go to the Soul Spire?
Yes. Yes, I will.
You do this?
That sounds excellent.
So you eventually find your way asking a couple individuals along the way to the rope bridge leading to the Soul Spire, stepping out on it. Certainly being in the city at all, you're higher than you've ever been. Being out on this rope bridge with it kind of bouncing with your steps and swinging in the breeze, and we're talking like a hundreds of feet long hanging rope bridge. You feel incredibly uneasy. This is a completely new experience for you, but gripping tightly to the ropes on either side and kind of shuffling your way along, almost longing for the fields of the plantation back home, just having solid ground beneath your feet. You eventually shimmy your way over to the Soul Spire.
Tails all shaking, nervous.
As you do, just kind of looking about, not too far from the end of the bridge, there's a large cavern mouth kind of on the side of the pillar there, and you see like some trails of smoke coming out of that and lifting up into the morning sky. Other than that, there are various like small structures, buildings, huts, and things, sort of similar to the rest of the city, but a little more sparse, humble.
Do I've only like seen like 2 dragon bones far right?
In the city?
Yeah. Or are there just, we've only
Smattering.
met 2?
Yeah.
Like, and there's a lot of them.
You've met 2 that have been significant, but you've seen a smattering of free dragonborn, like throughout the city. Not a whole lot, but some.
More on the...
Where on the Soul Spire would you like to go?
I'm kind of like wanting to go in those caverns now. But is that for like the dead? Is that like where they do their passing? I don't want to pray like where...
From what you were told last night, you would assume that's probably Spirit's Rest Cavern. The Soul Spire in general is like the sort of gathering of holy space. The Spirit's Rest Cavern, you were told, is kind of where they usher the dead onto the world, but most of the shaman do kind of spend their time in there, so it's certainly a place that you could go for quiet communion, if that's something you seek.
Oh, I'm just going to the cavern. That's maybe me to shaman. Ashamed.
Alright, yeah. Heading over to Spirit's Rest Cavern. It's a large cavern built kind of just above the built structures on the Soul Spire. You walk in, you see a group of individuals in the process of currently building a pyre, and you do see like this sort of flat part of the structure on top is already there, and there are a number of bodies laid across it. You see the individuals kind of going around stuffing in kindling and setting up like logs and sticks along the sides, stuff to kind of get the fire going. The shaman that you saw last night, all 4 of them are present currently in various positions throughout the cavern. One is kind of overseeing the process of the building of the pyre, and 2 others are kind of nearby, like saying rites. You see often kind of the edge of the cavern sitting kind of hunched over a desk, poring over some scrolls. The orc shaman from last night, the one that had kind of spoken, or the spirits had spoken through him. And a few moments pass, you kind of just observing as you start to maybe search out a spot to sit down and have your prayer. And you see walking around from the backside of the pyre, Tom and the Gravedigger.
Oh shit, what the fuck?
He's got his black-handled ashen shovel in one hand. He kind of using it as a staff almost. He kind of sticks it in the ground. He's got a log in one hand. Chucks it on the fire.
I go up to him. Hello, old friend.
What? There I am.
I don't think I've ever actually asked you to identify anything for myself, but you are a friend to my company.
Alright.
And you seem to pop up wherever we go.
Do I?
Quite interesting. Are you following us?
Am I? No. Maybe. Am I?
No.
No.
Good to see a familiar face. I pat him on the shoulder, very lightly.
Like, yeah,
And then I want to walk to that orc shaman guy.
So as you start to step away towards the orc shaman, you take a few steps and then you kind of hit like a stopping point. And you look down the belt where you have your chain hanging from. It's pulled taut, and he's back there holding the end of your chain.
Taut.
This is a nice, solid chain.
It is my slave chain.
It's a bit bland. You want me to do something with that?
Could you?
Give it to me.
Give it to me.
Kind of hesitantly, but I trust him.
Nobody cares.
He takes it,
Kind of look at it like, oh,
looks it over. 1,500 gold.
and you'll do what?
Sound nice. Chain in one hand, shovel in the other.
I don't think I do.
You should just pull out a random number because you can't count. Be like, this should be it. That's 46 gold.
You can't count your own gold.
Fuck.
Where's my stuff?
What do you got?
I don't think I have that. I don't have that. It's not even close.
How much do you have?
I only have like 355 gold and some plat.
How much platinum?
9 pieces.
You definitely have more than 9 platinum.
I have 100 pieces.
There you go.
There's 9 silver.
Okay.
9 silver.
Big
Okay.
difference.
So I do have the money then, right?
Pretty close.
Close.
1300.
You
Oh.
bet. So you tell him how much you have?
Yeah.
I do.
Oh. Well, alright.
Get it up, count it.
I don't know how to. I'm gonna leave that to you.
Yeah.
Just take all of them.
Yeah, he takes it. He opens up his robe, and he just he takes your like satchels of coin. He opens up a part of his robe, and you see kind of a pocket like sort of billow open towards him. He just dumps it all in this pocket. And interestingly, as he's pouring it in, you don't see any like bulge or anything. It's just going into the pocket, and you're not hearing the clanking of coin. It's just gone.
No.
He's got a pocket of holding.
He hands you your pouch back, completely devoid of coin. He takes your chain and says, "Wait." And, like, sticks his shovel into the ground beneath, turns around, he kind of like sits cross-legged with his back to you, so you kind of just like see him hunched over. Yeah. I mean, there's a real quick and like bright flash of light. He turns around, he's got blackened burn marks across his face, his wispy hair is like starting to burn up one of the strands. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you. What happened? What was that?
It burns. You're welcome. Bye. Takes the shovel. I got work to do. And he goes back over to constructing the pillar.
Does it look like shinier at all or anything like that? This dirty ass chain. I don't take care of my chain.
Yeah, I mean it's still very much like the like blackened iron chain that it was.
Kind of hunch over and go to talk to that shaman guy.
Heading over to the orc shaman in the corner, kind of hunched over, poring over a scroll. Sees you approach.
Excuse me. I was wondering about your customs here as far as what this cavern provides for the region. Like, what is the passing? What is the purpose of burning the bodies?
To usher them into the spirit realm beyond.
And like the spirit world we were in last night? Or is there like what you were communing?
Yes, to an extent. What you saw was possibly different. At least rooted in the same place, I imagine.
I would say very different. Yes. We had done
The spirit realm is a place of twisting mystery, deep senselessness if you're not in tune with it. It would be hard to organize visuals as such if you did not have the proper connections. What Rhoda Khan did with you last night was sort of jamming a square peg into a round hole.
And see, he was kind of rude about it, wasn't he?
Yeah. Lizard man can be like that.
I see.
He has his own thoughts and feelings regarding these things.
Clear.
He sees us as being a bit too cautious. We see it as safe. The spirits are
I can see both sides. I feel like his way is definitely more dangerous.
certainly.
From what I experienced.
You all certainly looked like you had seen some shit.
Yes. Twisting shadow you would not believe.
Did you find the answers you sought?
We did.
Were they what you wanted to hear?
I believe it actually brought more questions than answers for most of us.
The spirits will at times do that.
But helpful at the same time.
What brings you here?
Well, I was honestly just looking for a place to pray.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place.
Good. There's a certain something in the air here. Kind of drew me.
We practice many rites here. I think they bring, besides ushering the spirits of the ones living onto the spirit world, the spirits from there, I think, tend to come here in a more subtle, warm way as a result.
I see.
Not as present as at the crossing, but comforting.
And does everyone go through this that dies? Do they come here from the area or just the city?
Those from the area we are aware of. Those who have undergone our rites.
I see. And you have to do that from birth? Or does it just take a long time?
It is a bit time consuming.
I see.
Anybody is welcome to start.
Well, I believe I will pray.
If I might suggest, towards the mouth of the cavern at the edge, overlooking the grounds below. I find it's a peaceful spot. Helps me gather my thoughts when I need.
Yes, I will go there. That sounds nice.
Very well.
I depart from him, and I want to go over to that pyre that they're kind of starting to light. And who did you say was doing this? And just orcs, or what did you say?
Like who was building the pyre?
Yeah.
A smattering of people. There's one dragonborn there. There's a couple of orcs. There's a gnoll, a goblin. A group of people kind of helping out. Overseeing and kind of directing is that bugbear shaman from the night before.
Okay. And you said they're already trying to start it and everything?
They're finishing last touches, getting ready to light it.
I'm gonna go over to the bugbear. Excuse me. I was admiring your pyre, and I was talking to, what was that orc's name? I can't.
You didn't ask?
Damn. I was talking to your fellow shaman and asking him about the rites and rituals. And I don't know if it's appropriate, but I'd like to be a part of lighting the pyre for these souls to pass.
I suppose there could be welcome enough.
Something's just telling me to experience this.
I think even those who do not share our particular beliefs should take part in connecting with the spirits at least once. You are welcome.
Are you ready to perform the ritual now, or?
I think we could.
I'm just gonna let them do whatever they're starting to do.
Yeah, you see people kind of, once the last few bits of brush and things have been put into place, those who are building it and constructing kind of step back, and the bugbear shaman kind of starts to slowly circle the pyre, and he pulls out a small sensor and quickly scratching a bit of flint against it, lights a bit of incense, and he's swinging it back and forth, and he's chanting things in a language you don't understand. And then after a few minutes pass of that, he kind of looks to you. You may light it.
And I kind of just, I don't want to do it like aggressively, if you know what I mean. But yeah, like do I have any control over like how it?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah,
It's your fire breath.
Just
Well,
don't
yeah.
aim for the face, I guess. It's probably a good.
Maybe I'll just aim for like
I'll say you
the
can
more of the bottom of the. I don't know.
Sure. So it's like kind of a long pyre with a few bodies laid out along it. So you go to one end and you kind of get low and like breathe your flame into and through the base.
That's what I was thinking.
And it kind of starts to lick over the edges and up in the middle, and eventually, as a minute or so passes, the full thing is engulfed in flame, and the smoke starts to billow and pour across the roof of the cave and then out the mouth.
Oh, I go up to the bugbear. Thank you for indulging my curiosity. It was spiritually enriching for me to do.
That's quite some breath you have.
Thank you. There are a few of us that have.
Look forward to meeting more.
Me too. That is one thing I would like to figure out why I have it or how to unlock it in others. I'm sure we all have that power within us. Anyway, have a good rest of your day.
You as well.
And then I walk out to the Cave of the Mouse with the smoke just disappearing. And I get down on my knees, cross my arms, start praying to Bahamut. And I kind of want to just think about my family and wondering if they're all right. Kind of asking them to give me a sign if they're still, because I've never been away from my family ever until I got free. And he was like, "Go explore the world." I'm freaking out. And I also, with that, think about the Dragonborn traveling here from Sartreuse, wishing them well wishes and all that kind of good stuff. And also the ones that were on the boat, thinking about them. That we sent to God knows when, you know where we sent.
Grandma. My.
Yeah, as far away as.
So you begin to ponder these things, and you open your consciousness to try and kind of reach out and connect with Bahamut as you have in the past. You think about your family, and there's a sense of unease. Visions that you had previously, pieces of them, kind of jagged and out of order from the way that you saw them the last time, kind of start to pop into your head. The grass, slick with dark blood, kind of almost black in the low light of the moon and the stars. Haku's face snarling, eyes darting back and forth. Your mother kind of concerned, looking almost panicked. The mines, the wind whipping through the tunnels. Varus Bronzebeard, face covered in fear. Sweat dripping. The fields of the plantation, hot sun beating down, wind whistling through the tall crops. There's no certain answer forthcoming, but you feel uneasy. And your thoughts turn to the Dragonborn that you initially helped free from the plantation, the two that you sent on the ship, Nezroth and Jagged. And you feel kind of like a deep breath of air, and you relax a little bit, sort of that tension starts to dissipate, and you think of the Dragonborn that you freed from the plantation after them in your sort of nighttime excursion that resulted in a pretty rough battle at the end there. And even though a lot did die, unfortunately, you also freed a lot. And those who died did so by their own choice. And those thoughts kind of pervade, and you are brought back to kind of a certain equilibrium. Things are not necessarily great, but it's not all bad. You've done good.
I'm gonna head back to the inn and hope they're still there. Because I feel like I took a long time to do all that.
We went shopping.
All my friends are going.
Alright, you go back to the inn. Y'all still there? Okay.
And how long has it been?
It's probably gone like a solid hour.
We're finishing breakfast. We're done eating breakfast now, but
I just walk in and sit down with them like I haven't been gone for an hour. And I kind of have a grin on my face, just to content.
Did you see?
I mean, if Dragonborn can grin without being
Looking terrifying?
Fuck.
Who did you eat this morning?
Grinning with my eyes.
I asked him, did you see Olo?
I did not.
Where have you been?
To pray.
Exploring. Praying. Went to that spirit cabin.
Oh, how was that?
Insightful. Smoky.
Smoky and insightful.
Uplifting.
Better than not. We should probably figure out where Olo went.
And the hunt for Otis.
Just as you say that.
Yeah, I stumble up and very not stealthily and sit down at the table.
Yeah, he's looking.
Can we smell the alcohol from here?
Oh, absolutely.
I told you he was drunk.
Be careful with your voice. You may catch him ablaze.
Where have you been?
I needed some time. It's hard to know your family's lied to you your whole life. Is there any food left?
Of course, there's food. That's the big slow talking man.
Just a few moments after you walk in, Yasma, the female Oxidon, wife of Ujman, kind of walks up, sort of pats you on the back, and gives you a little rub right between your shoulder blades. Here you go, baby. That's a nice little food.
With like the biggest weird brown hand.
Yeah.
It's like a deflated volleyball.
Right, yeah. It's like, like sort of hard elephant hope, just no.
Jeez.
Yeah, she sets down a plate of food, kind of gives you a pat and walks off.
So what are we doing?
Bo didn't really fully talk about it yet. Probably
hour while we're here.
go check out that wherever that tower is or is not at.
Yeah, I think Roth would know anything about the disappearances. Like, because they did stuff for the government.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
They may have their own disappearances.
Yeah, that's probably a good question to ask too. Any children have gone missing, and around what age too? There might be a connection.
Speaking of, doesn't your place take children around that age?
I don't know if they take them. It's just there's just children that show up.
Didn't they take you?
I feel like I was taken. I don't know because of my flashbacks and dreams that I've had. But I don't know if they're even real. But they feel real.
And you said that was from a different plane.
Mm-hmm. As far as I'm concerned, I've never been to this place before. I've only ever known the Shadowfell.
And I feel like I remember you telling us that the other people your age, had gifts.
We've just kind of been taught. It's just a school where you're taught magic. Some of us have gifts, some of us don't.
Different races.
All of them, yeah.
Any named Gilman?
That sounds familiar.
I don't. Not that I recall. It's a very big school.
Did Gilman have any gifts?
What house were you in?
I mean, we were 10. Not that I know of.
All right, well. So we're gonna go talk to Roth about missing kids.
Do any of you want to go to the spirit caverns and try to get any insight on what was told to you?
I mean,
Mine's pretty cut dry.
know what they're gonna tell us.
I feel like I wasted my question. I don't know if I can re-up. I don't think so. It's a long walk for a disappointing answer, I think.
And then maybe look into the tower.
Yeah.
All right.
So, going over, the gods reach towards Windmaw's perch. The doors are open this time. You walk into the room with its large, open wall facing out from the pillar's side. Roth is in his chair, currently kind of leaning over on one arm, looking a bit pensive, having a close conversation with Varkul as you enter. Finishes saying something, looks over and sees you.
Come, friends. What can I do for you today?
But first, I feel like I need to be a little honest with you. It's a little hard to explain, but my name is actually Goran.
Okay.
There has been some disappearances. One with my brother when I was young, and then my cousin, and many other disappearances in Whitecliff and and Sartreese. We were wondering if you knew anything about some of these disappearances being involved with the government at certain points in time.
Are you trying to ask if there's been any disappearances here?
Yes.
Have there been any disappearances here of young people around the age
Or
of
have you
perhaps
heard of any around?
8, 10-ish?
A smattering over the years.
All unsolved, I'm sure. Or maybe some.
Probably not all. Some.
There.
Things happen. It's a large city. There's many here.
But unusual, or where they could have been runaways, or...
Unsolved. Hard to know. Whether that's usual or unusual, when you oversee such a large number of people, things of that sort happening mess with you quite a bit to begin with. You eventually just, unfortunately, get used to the idea that shitty things happen.
Have you ever heard of the Empty Eyes?
Stirrings?
Do they have hold here?
No. At least, not as far as I'm aware. Crime is not tolerated.
We heard from one of my cousin's companions that they were the ones who took him. So, I don't know if they are responsible for other disappearances or it's just specifically his.
You said your cousin was taken by the Empty Eyes. And you're wondering if they are also responsible for these additional disappearances. Big question. To my knowledge, granted I don't know much about them as they're not in my city. Brakul, what have you heard of the Empty Eyes?
Well, what bit of messaging we've got from other cities seem to be have been a bit of an up-and-coming syndicate some years ago. Disappearances such as those have been happening for decades. Much longer than the Empty Eyes have been around.
Maybe not connected after all.
As Lord Windmaw said, hard to attribute them to anything in particular if we're not aware of what happened.
Make an insight check.
Sure.
Do you ever notice, are the disappearances usually clustered together or every once in a while?
It's never been a copious amount at one time, if that's what you mean. Not such that would draw undue attention.
Well, thank you. Anyways.
Of course.
Is there anything else I can help you with? dealing well with the fallout of your experience last night.
It's been a rough ride.
I do have one question for you. What do you know of a man named Malazar?
I can't say that's a name I recognize.
Malazar.
Man.
The mage.
Is the big open wall facing the waterfall? By chance?
Yeah. From there, yeah, you can see across the lake.
Like, have you ever seen anything weird? Over there. Perhaps by the waterfall.
A handful of crags, wildlife, greenery, water, falling.
Is it easy to get towards that waterfall?
Sure. It's easy as anywhere else. You can go across the lake if you like. We have rowboats. We could lend you a few. Or you can go around on foot, on horseback.
Is there anything in the lake that would eat you whilst being on a rowboat?
Possibly.
I had a funny feeling.
Probably not. You'll be alright.
I do not want to give your secrets or what you were told, but I feel like you should give a couple more details and see if anything rings a bell.
When you see the 4 crescent moons, does anything weird happen over there? You noticed?
Not as far as I can tell, but Rakul, remind me, I don't pay enough attention. Spiritual teachings and such. Phases of the moon, Barkul. Tomorrow they're all 4 crescents, are they not?
Tonight. So interesting. Good talk.
As I said, I don't pay enough attention.
Fair.
But from what Rakul is saying, moons will be crescents all tonight. So you can feel free to look for your weirdness.
Okay. About how long does it take to get over there?
Most of the day.
Of course. Of course. Okay. Alright. True. Let's go.
Just for my own remembering, did we figure out? Is he contacting Lady Littlemain? Like
The day that you arrived, he then went, spoke with the shamans. He was able to get into more direct contact with Lady Lunamain, so they discussed her situation. That's what he was asking the spirits for guidance for regarding.
We should get a move on them.
Yes.
Where will you be going?
To the waterfall.
The rest of the limerick, what the spirit has told the spooky there's a tower of a mage hidden apparently amongst the crags towards that waterfall.
Interesting.
Yes. And apparently we, by fate or destiny, we need something from this tower. So apparently we will be going there to probably die. If you do not see us within a few days.
Nice knowing you.
Yes, pretty much.
Well, good luck. I hope you find your mage's tower, and I hope you don't die.
Likewise.
How would you like to proceed?
We're gonna go
To the lake.
to the lake.
Are we using rowboats?
Yeah, should we go around? Should we go over?
Through the lake, around the lake?
Through the.
Through the lake.
Probably through the lake.
Yeah, I feel like we don't have time to go around.
Yeah, I feel like the worst shit could happen.
There's the crescent.
No,
moon.
exactly.
where,
That's what I'm
bad
hoping.
shit
Like,
would happen.
that's why I feel like we should go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause we're gonna be stuck in
Hydras.
the boats. Like,
Yeah.
what can you do?
Yeah. Cannot move. There's no hiding places for me.
Yeah, you think?
I find the
You'll
lock
try.
this monster. I'm just.
All right, let's go.
No, except for Regina, she can swim next to the boat.
Hey, yes I can.
Fuck rowing.
Hey.
5
How
inches.
fast can you swim with your front
Oh,
thing?
I can tell you. Hold on. No.
40 feet?
It's quite fast.
No, it's fast. 60 feet.
Wow.
Speedboat.
She's just gonna be
Zooming.
way past the boat.
Deuces.
No, you're going to have a rope belt. And you're going to pull the rope.
I don't think so.
Or that.
I bet you can. Let's give it a try.
It's magic.
We'll get there so much sooner.
It will work.
Regina.
My strength is a -1. I don't know
Meet her there.
if that'll work.
You're swimming with a magic item, not your strength. I don't know. Give it away. If it doesn't work,
Can people just
To do
do
it.
that? Turn into stuff and just swim? That'd be cool.
Oh my god. We need a boat.
We need to go.
Alright. To the
We'll probably
dock.
need
To the docks.
To the docks.
2 robots.
Sure, yeah, you speak with Roth for a moment. He has Rakul get a messenger to send word ahead of you down to the bottom of the pillar. When you guys came into the city, you did see a small dock situation, some various fishers' huts and things like that along the shore, like near the pillars. So that messenger is going to go procure you a few rowboats to take across the lake, with hopefully the promise that you'll return them to the people you're borrowing them from.
Do we have to carry them all the way down?
Huh?
Do we have to carry them all the way down there?
No, they're gonna have them ready for you.
Dude,
How
I'm
much?
trapping for us.
How much are robots?
They can't be that much. If we break them, we'll buy it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Be fine.
Alright.
That's
Well,
what well, you don't have any money.
You can't
Oh, well,
pay for it.
you know, we have a fucking party fund.
Yeah, have you deleted all your coins?
Oh, no.
Do that.
Oh, I won't forget. I don't often spend all my money.
To the docks.
To the
And
docks.
we left that part out too, so we don't even know.
Yeah, we don't even know
Oh,
you have
then
a
I'm
flaming
broke.
chain.
You never told them.
Or the Tommen was there, or...
You didn't tell them Tommen's here.
I didn't think about it. I'll tell him on the fucking boat ride. It'll be fine.
It sounds like he's right, I think. Oh, yeah.
She asked, what did you do? And you just said you prayed and that you didn't see
Yeah.
it. That's all you said.
Honestly, after everything else that happened, I
You
kind of
got,
forgot.
you got a long boat ride ahead of you. You have conversations galore. So you make your way down the God's Reach to the kind of ramshackle gathering of the small villagey outskirts vibe that you have down there at the base of the pillar, a few farms and things. Make your way to the shoreline, and there the messenger that Roth sent is waiting next to 2 rowboats. He kind of nods at you and points out, yeah, probably the 3 to boat, and here's yours.
Or the boat that people are borrowing it from, like around? Or is it just like, here's 2 boats and bye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do the 2 boats look big enough for all of us to go?
Yeah, probably 3 to a boat, but you all fit.
I think you and Jiraiya should be in separate boats.
Yes.
Corin,
I have little
Hey, you
arms.
can call me Goran.
Big G.
We'll let you.
I kind of like
Thank
that.
you. I appreciate it.
OG.
OG. But you're not the OG.
Original Goran, that's so OG.
Yikes, so you get on the boat. You climb into your rowboats, you push offshore.
Can I keep my 9 silver?
No.
He dumps every last coin you had into that pocket.
Can you buy it back again?
Please, sir.
Can I have
You can keep your 1 copy.
It's removed.
Okay. And you begin to row across the lake.
Yes.
So, I saw Tomlin while I was praying this morning.
Alright.
He did something to my chain.
Goodness.
Don't
He's just
know
everywhere, isn't he?
what he did. Seemed magical.
This is an interesting sentence. So what has he done to your train?
I don't know. He turned away from me. Something exploded.
Did he pull your chain?
He gave me the back and
He
said,
did, actually.
"Yes,
Literally.
Did you pay him for this?
every last penny I
Huh?
had."
Your money. And you don't know what he did. Are we in the same boat? Or are you like...
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I said you were steering.
Okay, yeah. Wait, who's in the boat? I mean, you can be near each other.
Yeah, we'll be near each other.
But
Yeah.
but who's in his
That's
boat?
I guess I'm steering Jiraiya's boat then. I guess
Who
that's
else
me,
is in-
Jiraiya, somewhere.
I'll steer the other boat.
Not
I'll
in
be
that
in
boat. I'm in Ola's boat.
So the 3 of us.
Oh, you're
on the
swimming?
new
Are you
thing.
swimming?
Okay.
No, I'll be
2.
fine.
So that's the same guy.
She's too dignified. Get the
Not
water.
gonna let Regina steer.
I thought she was swimming.
No, I'm gonna hang out.
She's hanging out on the bow of the boat, just like...
Hope something eats me. That'll be it. That's how I die this round. This session.
Yeah.
Regina
Well,
gets
since
eaten
you were
by some
already
sort
in
of-
the
She's doing the
See?
Titanic thing.
It's gonna be a new thing. How will Regina die this week?
It's like, you give Kenny, you bastard.
Exactly.
Well, Well, I look forward to seeing you use the chain on something.
Oh, I'm super excited. What are the chances that he's followed us to 3 cities?
Likely.
And
Likely
he
0.
he just works in all 3 of these places?
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, 0% chance it's unintentional, you were saying.
So,
bad.
what if he's a spirit?
What if he
Follows
follows us?
us? A spirit, a god, a spy from Spice Mountain.
Shit. Now he's tracking you. That's what he did to your chain.
But he helps us so much.
Is he a human?
I don't think he would betray us.
Is it our daddy?
Or yours.
Mine was not human.
Jiraiya, you have that ability, right? To figure out what they're. If it's a person or.
You did it on the succubus.
And the vampire.
Since fiends or
You are
whatever.
most correct.
Next time we see Tommen.
However, I did not do that.
I've always seen him as an ally.
Perhaps we should
Did
go to
not-
a random city
I'm
when we
not
were
smart
not planning
enough
on
to.
going to, and just hang around the graveyard and see if he shows up.
Oh, he gonna show up.
Well,
Just out of thin air then. Whoa!
yes.
I didn't know you were coming.
To be honest, this city was not mentioned,
Hey, that's true.
so
That was right.
it is
4 days ride?
inconspicuous already, or it is conspicuous already. However,
Him being in 2 cities, maybe he was traveling between. Him
if we
being
see
here,
him,
where there are no other humans.
that's true. It's kind of weird.
See, now my outside self is wondering,
And they burn
Is
their
he
dead, but he's
following
like,
us?
got a shot.
or is the DM
Yes.
does not want to make another graveyard? This is always Tom.
I was never mind.
Are you calling Mac out right now? Is this what? Oh,
Now we're never gonna get
Not
level
calling
6.
but damn it! Evil Gilvin! You son of a bitch!
What need do I have of a gravedigger where they burn bodies?
Exactly.
Sort of thing.
That's what. Why the show?
If
For
we
the
see
ashes?
him
It's a show.
on the other side of the lake, should we ask him where his tower is or what? Like, it's getting pretty conspicuous.
Could you imagine?
He's Mouse Island man.
I thought that for a second.
Right. The more like I hear him talk, I'm like, that could be the guy.
Yeah.
That could be him.
I think
And I'm not sure if I'm mad about it.
No.
It's fine. Nah,
it's the guy.
it's just offensive.
Have you ever
This
met
is all of our conversations while we're rolling.
Malazar?
From what I gathered, no.
Malazar. Yeah, Malazar the mage.
You've never met.
I've never met. I've never even heard of it
So it
before.
could be.
It could be. Yes. It could be you, Gilrarn. Gilvan. Gilrun. Govan. I'm just making new names for you.
Stay tuned.
Yes. Ooh, fun. I'll think of a good one.
And run.
And we
We've been running this whole time.
Yeah.
No.
No, stop.
I was just
Every time you talk, you're like, so.
put the brakes on.
Just kept going.
How many dozen feet have we gotten by? Like, oh my god, it's been 2 minutes.
Shit.
God damn. So, further conversation or anything you want to do on the boat ride, you got most of the day.
We're rolling for a whole day.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, most of the work.
most of it is a big lake.
Regina, you should put your face in the water and see what's down there.
Does it say am I able to like just breathe under there like So it just says
Doesn't.
water breathing food.
Yeah, do we
shit.
see any
Fuck
fish
yeah.
swimming around us?
Stick your head in
Jumping? No. But I mean, if you
I mean,
like
fish
look over
jump,
the water, look over the edge of the boat, hit the water, yeah, you'll see occasionally some shadows go by. Stuff like that.
How big are these shadows?
Varying sizes.
Okay,
Nothing terrifying.
I'll kind of, I'll look in, I'll get in there and see what's
You
going
gonna
on.
stick your head in?
Yeah,
Just stick your.
yeah,
But you. Oh yeah, you can breathe in.
yeah, you can breathe in the water.
Hold on to her in case you need to hold her out.
She can swim faster than we row. I don't think.
Legs.
You lean over the edge of the boat, stick your face in the water, her hair is kind of like splayed out, like floating, starting to drag back as you guys are moving in the boat. You see a handful of fish like swimming through rocks and things at the bottom, which is like way down there, but the water is like fairly clear, surprisingly so, once you're kind of in it. Healthy vegetation and such at the bottom of the lake.
Oh, so you can see the whole way to the bottom?
At least where you are currently.
Fun.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, there's some really nifty stuff down there.
Anything else?
If I put my face in the water, can I like see?
Yeah, you see pretty much what she saws. Sees.
Sea sauce.
Delicious.
I want to wait till I see a fish and just mage hand it. Let's grab it.
Like a very small fish.
Up to 10 pounds.
Okay.
It's not a huge fish.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch a fucking tuna.
Yeah, your face in the water for a minute. Wait for a small enough fish to come by. Mage hand. You sit up in the boat, shake it off a little bit, put your hat back on, and then a few moments later out of the water.
Does anybody want a fish?
Yes, please.
You can cook anything.
I feel like you've already eaten raw.
Yeah.
I don't think we should start a fire on the boat. But
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Brian eats his fish raw and wriggling.
Juicy.
gas station sushi.
If there's nothing else, most of the day passes. Say we get to heading towards dusk, like late afternoon. The sun is just kind of starting to dip. Probably, an hour or two maybe before nightfall. You reach the shore next to the waterfall, so you got like a little bit of a climb to kind of like go around to get up to the top. From where you are, you can see various crags poking up above that. Trekking that way.
Yeah.
We must march.
No, we go back to the lake.
We make sure the
It's
boats
not
are
here. We're going
secured.
back.
Maybe we should hide the boats.
Pull them on the shore and put some branches on them, I guess.
Easy enough. Yeah, taking 20 minutes or so, whatever. You get the boats on shore, find enough vegetation to cover them.
Mark some trees near there.
Sure. And you make your way to the top of the waterfall. So about a half hour later or so, you get up there. You're looking around. What are you looking for?
Tower?
A tower.
There is
Tower?
It's most likely disguised as one of these crabs.
Rocks.
You gotta put your hand on it.
Yes.
To touchstone.
Recite a
Yeah,
poem.
yeah.
Some phrases.
There was another word.
I feel like I need to wait until the moons are up.
How many are there in this area?
Correct?
Yeah.
There's a number of them around. I mean, they're like...
Oh, and it's like one specific one. She has to touch the ring. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if we could find out.
Can we look for anything that looks like tracks or anything out of the ordinary?
Investigation
or
check.
Sure.
Check out the
We'll say kind of like
crags.
walking around, inspecting crags and things in the area.
I'm more looking for the ground for like drag marks or trampled grass or.
Okay. Anyone who would like to look for things, roll perception. As your
Perception or investigation?
perception. We'll say this is kind of general scanning for things out of the ordinary as you wander the area.
I want to like try and look for maybe like a more flat wall, like stone wall type of scenario. Not like a bunch of boulders, but maybe just something a little flatter.
Your perception.
21.
11.
You have luck as well. If you want to use it, you don't have to.
Oh, wait.
And inspiration.
Oh, and inspiration.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll do a luck. It's fine. Nope, that was worse. So whatever. That was a 10.
Okay, so the highest we have 21. As you guys kind of wander the area, in terms of like markings on the ground, tracks, drag marks, stuff like that, you don't really find too much like out of the ordinary. You do find over the course of the next hour or so, you do find a number of animal tracks and like crushed foliage. You kind of just do your due diligence. You follow up on some of that, and you find like some bunnies and shit like that.
can I shoot
Nothing
them?
super. Shoot the bunnies.
Might as well have some food while we're waiting for those balloons to come
All
out.
right, I'm not giving you a roll for it. You bag a couple rabbits.
We haven't eaten all day. We've been on the boat.
Just as the light is starting to die, the sun is dipping, you do eventually see, and having discussed like what you're looking for, maybe Regina mentioned her idea, you do see one particular crag that appears to be pretty flat surfaced. Smoother than the rest.
All the others over. What time of night is it? Is it dark now or is it still dusk?
The sun is like just dipping below the horizon. So you have that kind of gray light.
Well, I think this is it, but we've got some time. I have dinner.
I walk up to it. Just to see if it's like actually stone.
Oh, it's absolutely stone.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. You go. Yeah, it hurts a little bit. It's definitely rock. It just looks, compared to the other crags in the area, which look to be kind of rough, natural stone, this looks pretty smooth, like weirdly smooth.
Can I tell what kind of rock?
Can you?
I think I can.
I think I can. It does have some vegetation up it, as do the other crags, but definitely weirdly smooth.
An intelligence or history check related to the origin of stonework. That would be that.
Related to the origin of stonework. No. Probably wouldn't apply
It's more
here.
like sculpture.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Do you need a campfire for your little rapids?
Sure. Should we have to camp? Are we comfortable with having a campfire here? I feel like if he's in there, he already knows we're here.
Like yes. So get some sticks. Build a little campfire. Shittily, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm like, I use Druidcraft to light it because I can do that.
Oh shit!
Fancy flute. That's lit.
It's lit.
We have done.
Are you using your fork?
Bam. You could just eat.
I could have just
Eat them raw.
I would respect you so much. Oh shit!
You ate a whole fish raw. He's just like, a whole fucking rabbit.
So you kind of set up a small lakeside camp almost, get a fire going, cook up some fish and rabbit,
Delicious.
and kill a little time. So that gray light does eventually subside, and the 4 crescent moons are all in the sky.
I hate you so much.
Why do you hate me?
So I'm gonna walk up to that flat surface that he found, and I'm just gonna say, I fucking hate you. Kumquat.
Oh, thank you.
Ridiculous.
So
Stupid.
From The Witcher.
From The Witcher, you.
amazing.
That's gone in the book.
Oh, it's been in mine for many, many weeks.
Regina approaches this tower. She puts her hand against the stone and says, "Kumquat." As she does, you see on the flat surface there's like a brief shimmering. Almost like you've seen an illusion, except you also hear like a grinding stone sound with it, so it's like the stone itself is almost moving in waves. And then it opens. And before you is a doorway.
I'm gonna like shriek a little, like, oh, like that as it
As
happens.
you back up within, it's completely dark. You see,
It's an open door.
there's an open doorway. You see a handful of feet just where the light of the moon is kind of pouring through, and you start to hear kind of spill out of the doorway a soothing, quiet melody.
Even with dark vision, we only see a couple feet.
Currently,
All right, well, you're up.
Trip for traps.
Wait. Where's your new toy? Isn't it supposed to be out here somewhere?
Oh, yeah, it is.
next to the doorway. As it opens, it kind of disturbs the ground, and some brush gets like pulled to the side along with the stone, and you see another package similar to the last one, though a little bigger, wrapped in brown paper, tied with twine, and an attached note.
I read the note.
It says, "For the fledgling inventor, I have made some upgrades to my original design since repairing you. I think you will appreciate them, and I hope that they will inspire your mind to new ideas. Show the prosthetic to your lock crawler. He will know what to do.
Word. I do that.
So you open it up. Looking inside, you see a new prosthetic arm. This one has a sleeker design.
Do we need to cut off your arm?
Left-handed or?
No thanks.
This one has a sleeker design. It's more metal and less wood than the current one you have on. There's a brief designer's explanation of the things that it can do, which you can look up. I have to remember what it's called. I want to say it's just called false prosthetic. False prosthetic B1.2.
Yeah.
An attuned artificer can use their... Okay, so... Yeah, so... Well, I will get to that. Hold on. Brief designer's explanation of its abilities, as well as 5 sample syringe darts, which you will know what those do in a minute, and design schematics to recreate those syringe darts on your own.
Word.
So, you, once attuned, can use your reaction to deploy this prosthetic's loaded umbrella a number of times every day equal to your proficiency modifier. These charges are cleared on a long rest. Okay.
Real stunner up in here.
Oh, no, I'm reading it right now.
So the loaded umbrella. As a reaction to an attack on the artificer, an umbrella of folded metal bursts open from the outside of the forearm to grant a +4 bonus to AC, blocking the attack and then folding back into the prosthetic arm. Cannot be used if wielding a shield, but leaves both hands free to hold or manipulate other weapons or objects if used in place of a traditional shield. This prosthetic allows for the storage, self-application, and firing of projectile injections. And that are small syringes which can be filled with various liquids such as potions and poisons and loaded into the prosthetic to be fired up to 15 feet from a pop-out launcher on the top of the hand. When firing at a willing target, projectile injections can be deployed successfully within range. When firing at an unwilling target, you must succeed on a standard ranged attack roll against the target's AC.
So you're like first cave Iron Man.
Oh,
Soon.
Fuck yeah.
Fun.
That's what's up.
So, explains what it does. You get the 5 syringe darts to start with, which you can fill with whatever you like that you have. And you have design schematics to create more of these syringe darts.
Oh yeah.
As the note said,
No shield.
show it to your no shield, but yeah, said show it to your
Everyone's
lock
a
crawler, and
sand
he would know what to do.
I do.
So you kind of lean forward.
Is it called Saint Spirit?
Turn your hand over with your lock crawler kind of nestled in the little indentation on your wrist, and he kind of whirs to life and crawls around on your hand for a minute, and then goes down to the tip of your finger and crawls around for a second on the new prosthetic, and then kind of hops back on your hand. He crawls up your arm and then into the inner workings of it, which is a weird feeling, and then he kind of gets into where it is connected to you, the prosthetic making that connection to your biological anatomy, and it is a bit painful as he's severing those connections. You will take 3 points of damage in the process, but given about 20 minutes or so, your prosthetic just falls from your body onto the ground. The lock crawler, kind of you hear a little, and he crawls out on top of it, makes his way over into the box, gets into the new one, kind of just like,
Oh, attachment.
So you pick up the new one and kind of hold it against your shoulder, and you again feel him going to work, making the connections to the new device. You take another 3 points of damage as he's cauterizing and getting things in place, making the necessary connections so that it's an extension of you, and you have your new prosthetic arm.
Fuck yeah.
Or be prepared when it rains.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought. Like when you said umbrella the first time, I was like, for real, just like
Spectre games.
like
That's the loaded umbrella.
You need to keep your old prosthetic and lock it straight so you can slap the shit out of things. Because it'll be so fun.
your 10-foot reach,
Just
in case you lose your other arm.
Oh, that gives me a great idea. For later.
I test it out, give it a little twirl, and Be like, all right, we're good.
Alright.
Right.
So now that we've been sitting in front of this open door for 40 minutes.
With this sweet lullaby kind of coming through the opening.
That's okay. It is bullshit. Lullaby. It is bullshit.
This demon's been waiting. Yeah. I opened the door.
You have javelins, yes?
Yes.
How many? Could you spare one?
Yes. I was thinking this.
I take the javelin and I just like put it in a little bag.
Oh, maybe I was.
That's what that's for later. Imagine things
What were you
you need to reach far for and you don't want to touch.
I'm thinking that this door is not really a door into this crack.
Oh,
It's probably going to teleport us somewhere. Who has a door that they can only open once with 4 crescent moons?
a mage. Oh,
But then he can never enter or leave. Otherwise, I think we would be able to see farther, right?
Regina, you would recall from your first hearing of Malazar that he had
Stop looking at me like that.
You liar!
I only remembered what I wrote. He was like 300, whatever. No word from him for 300 years. That's what I got.
Can you tell us this or no?
Sure.
Basically, what you heard is that he, like all great wizards, was very eccentric. His particular obsession was kind of collecting certain rare and bizarre antiquities. He, over time, grew more
mad.
What's the word? Wasn't so keen on like outside people and outside the world, and just wanted to focus on his own shit. And, like everybody else, fuck off. Yeah, introverted. And he left his tower less and less and less over the many years that he was there. And what you were told is that rumor was he was probably dead, and everything in his tower was there for the taking.
That's,
So we're totally fine.
that's what I say.
No one's home.
So we're just gonna take everything?
He's probably still here.
Oh, he's
Somehow.
probably still here.
Somehow.
Gilvin's gonna stick his arm through the doorway. Like,
Good thing we got a backup.
Don't.
Don't stick the prosthetic through. Use your arm.
Just use your left hand.
Don't we have some sort of fancy
Don't.
like
Thumb situation.
Oh my.
So we heading in?
My
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
What? Hold on. What
I'll walk
happened?
in. No, I'm just kidding.
Fake Gilvin's arm.
Oh, nothing. It's like you're just reaching through an open doorway. It's fine.
I'm gonna go.
But we hear music.
You do.
Very
yeah, you
sweet.
a soothing, quiet melody like a sweet lullaby.
Okay.
I'm good.
Make me asleep.
I think it sounds lovely, but I'm a little apprehensive of it right off the bat. So
Me too.
I'm gonna continue to walk in extreme caution. Just because of the fact that I was kind of told in a sense there's gonna be some trickery going on probably.
Yeah, I'm standing at the ready. So for sure.
I'm gonna
Yes, that is
go.
paraphrased hardcore.
I'm gonna ask Gilvin, can I see that bag of holding? I'm gonna go into one of the mini clothes that I bought and just tear up some and roll some balls and shove them in my ears.
Some ballers.
Ballers.
You can get them balling.
You shove balls of cloth into your ear?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So I cannot hear the music.
And you guys walk in?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
there, bud.
So you walk into this dark room. Your dark vision kind of starts, as your vision adjusts to the darkness inside the pitch black from where you came from. Just as you kind of start to adjust, and behind you, the door closes.
Of
course.
These big lights shine ahead and behind, kind of flooding that central chamber. You see beneath these grates, and looking down, it's hard to tell if there's something beneath or is it just
Okay,
a
get
drop.
off
We're
grades.
standing on grates.
Currently,
Get
yeah.
off the grades. Get off the
Yeah.
grades.
Yeah.
Is there
Where are we?
solid
Where's the door? Where did we
pieces?
come out? Right here? Or those are lights?
Yeah, you came in one of them, and you're heading towards one of them. We'll say
We
the
came in here? Or
no.
came in here?
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so we're not on the grate.
Yes. Well, as you step into the room, and as you get to the middle, those lights kick on, and a mouth forms on one of the walls, ahead and to the left, just in the stone, and you hear words.
Malazar the Mage bids you welcome, visitors, to the Museum of Forgotten Science. Please wait here and you will be attended shortly.
See you next time.